Our next story is from Sudan. Even though the warring sides agreed to extend a truce, fighting still continues to intensify. And reports say over 500 people have been killed while millions remain trapped in Khartoum. Thousands of victims are starving without food or shelter, and a war between the military and the paramilitary force is triggering chaos. Could this lead to a refugee crisis as well, with the warring factions continue to disrespect the ceasefire? Our next report telling you more.
Sudan's capital, Khartoum, was supposed to feel the relief of a ceasefire. A momentary truce meant to let people flee the capital. The truce call came about due to intensive diplomatic efforts by several nations, but it remained a virtual non-starter. The rapid support forces couldn't wait a few hours. Airstrikes continue to pound Khartoum. The death toll continues to rise as the two sides fight for power. Sudan's former Prime Minister Abdullah Hamdok has raised concerns of long-term troubles. He said that the conflict could become worse than those in Syria and Libya. The United Nations said a ripple effect could be felt across Africa. This could be true, as Hamdok has stated, this is not the army looking to crush a small rebellion. It is practically like two armies fighting, with both sides well-trained and well-armed. Hamdok sees the fight between the two generals as a nightmare for the world. The ex-Prime Minister has called for an international effort to persuade both sides to hold peace talks. Meanwhile, chaos ranges on in Port Sudan, where people are desperate to board ships. People are sleeping on the streets and food supplies are running short.
There are no homes or apartments here. People come and they come here to sleep on the street. Women have nowhere to shower. There are children, diabetic people, others with hearing impairments, and pregnant women. Thank God for everything.
UN's attempt at providing humanitarian aid have failed, as warehouses and offices are prone to looting by rebels. UN's Emergency Relief Chief, Martin Griffiths, has been sent to Sudan. Griffiths said the humanitarian situation has reached breaking point. Countries continue emergency efforts to pull out their nationals. Britain pulled out nearly 1,900 people and has ended its evacuation process. This is after it faced heavy criticism on its evacuation operations. UK had decided to only rescue diplomats and some of its citizens. The government made a U-turn and started focusing on rescuing workers and more citizens. The US is also pushing to rescue its people. Several US citizens are being evacuated to Saudi Arabia's Jeddah. India has shipped over 3,000 citizens to the Jeddah port. Over 2,000 Indians rescued from Sudan are back in India under an intensive rescue operation named Ghambhir. Sudan's army has now urged people to stay indoors, as it plans to deploy more tanks and artillery. The RSF says the army is only widening the conflict and planning to deploy the Central Reserve Police, a unit known for being brutal against civilians. Is the world witnessing another battle turning into a war? Can peace talks take place between the warring factions? How much longer must tensions continue? Bureau Report, WION World is One.
WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.